You have to take somebody at face value. You can't focus on who they are years from now. Because did they tell you they wanted to change, or did you want them to change? And like Tati said, a lot of people are just stuck in situations because they are afraid of being alone versus taking the time to really just take that personal journey and get closer to God and figure out what you need.
I also feel like that it's also that people who know that they're in a toxic relationship, they're too focused on the other person's feelings than themselves.
That too.
It's like, look, like we're like, I can't sit here and say that we're grown, like, cause like it's not even grown.
No.
Any age, well,
Yeah.
rightfully so. If you like young, very young as hell, dating somebody or talking about you in a relationship, stop. Nine times out of ten, whoever you in a relationship with, very young, you ain't gonna be with them 5, 10 years from now,
Damn,
probably.
that's not
Anyway, you know what I mean. I'm saying like, well, I'm basically saying is like when everybody know at some point in their relationship that the relationship has turned toxic, and you probably sat there thought about all the ways you could do to probably fix it if you have, and you still come to the conclusion that it's not working, or scratch it. You probably got to the point where yeah, the relationship toxic. I don't even want to try anymore. I don't even want to even continue this
But
relationship.
then why do people stay? Like there's people that will say that and they feel that way, but they stay. Why do men? Let's think about men. Why do men or just men in general? But
Well,
why do people stay when they know? You know what I'm saying? Be real. Like what is that? Because a lot of men, I feel like know when this is their wife. They know this is the person I'm gonna be with the rest of their life, and they know who's not. And then they'll still sit with the one that they know that they got no business for. They ain't gonna marry, they ain't gonna give a child, they ain't gonna none of that shit. And they sit there. What is that? What
well,
is that?
from a male perspective, and I can only speak for myself and how things that I've been through in past relationships that I've been in that I felt like was toxic. Sorry, not talking toxic. One, stay because of the other person's feelings. I care more about the other person's feelings and like just up and leaving the relationship because I know it's toxic without any explanation. You know, like that just up, gone. The relationship is toxic. Can't do it no more. That was never me. So
So you'd rather sit there? Can you be real?
no, I'm not.
Have you sat there with somebody that you know you had no business staying with?
Like relationship wise.
Yes.
No, I know. I would not say that. Like I said, like it was more than one reason to why me myself personally stayed in a relationship that was toxic. One, because of the feelings that I didn't want to upset that person. Two, part of me, regardless of how toxic it is, you still care about that person, especially you put time into that person, all this stuff. Like you still did that. You know, you still did. So there's also that. Also is also because of your own circumstances and what you probably are dealing with during that time. You could probably sit there and be like, okay, what I'm dealing with, that person has been there from the beginning up till now. They understand me. They know me. They know basically everything I'm dealing with and the person I am that I show them. Like somebody still be lying, but they know that person that I'm dealing with. So to end that relationship and then start over with somebody else, it's scary.
It's scary.
It's scary.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, sis?
Yeah.
What's your opinion? Why do you think men, let's speak on men. Why do you think they do that?
I can't even say it's just men. It's women. Oh, there's women.
Because Tati, you're single, right? So you've experienced stuff. Why do you think men have a hard time leaving toxic situations?
Men have a hard time leaving toxic situations. From my experience, is because, for one, men have a hard time in general getting into a situation. It also depends on the man, but they have a hard time getting into a situation. So, especially a situation that they actually like someone where they were like, oh, I like this, like I want you, I need you, like, and where it's good, where they can just get it every time. You're accessible. You're like not just replaceable, but you're somebody, you're a placeholder. You can fulfill all the needs that I need you to be, but you're not the one that I know I'm gonna say I'm gonna marry.
That's real.
So a lot of men want people where they can
Place.
they can place a
Yeah.
woman that's gonna fulfill a lot of the like succeeding
Yeah.
things, but they know they're not gonna
They know
marry
that's not
that
gonna
woman
marry them.
exactly because
Because
a lot of
women
men
accept it too.
yes,
That's
and a
the
lot
problem.
of men
That's why they get away
know
with
what exactly they're gonna marry in the beginning. They know exactly what they're gonna do in the beginning. So that's why a lot of men are accepting of like running into a relationship like really really fast. And also like dealing with a lot of situations. I would not say it's every man because not every man does that, but there are those that do.
I mean, look.
But Terrence, you looking at me funny.
I'm looking at you
Let's-
funny because
Let's be real.
It's not all of them.
I don't want to turn this episode into a man versus
It's
woman.
not.
It's not.
But
It's not.
I'm just saying like so we're talking about opinions that are own opinions. From my own opinion, I feel like, and everybody in the podcast, y'all can, if y'all disagree, cool. This is an open podcast. We just talk how we feel. You guys feel how you feel. I'm not against nothing how you feel. I'm fine with whatever you guys gotta feel. Y'all wanna color my hair when I say this? Fine, color my hair. But I feel like, and when you from what you was explaining, I feel like women do that a lot more and better.
Do what?
Placeholders?
Placeholder man?
Placeholders.
What?
Okay, but
Think-
look,
hold on.
listen. There, okay. I will say though, there are some women, more women that think more of marriage than men do. I have more conversations with men where they said, "I do not value marriage. I only value marriage because I know a woman will. So the woman that I am in love with will marry her because I want her to be with me for the rest of my life." Yes, a lot of them understand that this woman wants marriage. I do not understand the concept of marriage. I do not care for marriage, but I want that because she wants that.
Mm-hmm.
And there are men that also feel that way. So I love you. I'm going to marry you because I know this is something that you want, and I'm going to put this for you, and I'm going to do that for you. That type of man, that's a perfect man because you're willing to do something that you will not normally do for me as a woman.
Yep, talk about
You're willing to change as a man and do something for me to be better as a man and be for me.
But the only man, but you know what's, but can I be real? For me, the woman like me, I don't even that you're speaking on
to change.
Yeah, no. You know why I don't want that? I want a man that you already come to me and you already know that you are that nigga, and that means you know you are a husband. You know that you want to be a father. You know you want to be a provider. You know you want to be.
So you want him to already come.
I already want him to already have that mentality.
He already
nothing wrong with
if you already have it, I
not all of them don't.
Because a lot of women don't want to be a submissive woman. I do. I don't want to be led. I want to be led by God, but led by a godly man. So, with that being said, you have to already have that. You cannot talk to me. I'm at the point where I'm too grown. Now, when I was younger, that would have sufficed for me. That would have been enough for me. But as I matured, I don't want that man, because that man can't leave me when we have no money. We lose our house. He got to do this and that. Our child's sick. I'm sick. That man is only working because he has to. A man that's working because he knows that's his duty, that's the man I want. Because you want to follow God. You want to do it the way that God wants to. You already have that mentality. You're not going to lead me astray. And a lot of men aren't built like that no more. I don't even know half of them ever really were taught that. That stuff is something you have to go on a self journey. Because there's a lot of people that were raised in that mentality but don't have it either. So that's a self walk. So that won't even work for me.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I feel like being in the dating scene though, it makes you understand that it shows you that a lot of people are lonely nowadays.
Yeah.
It makes you understand that, especially when you're on a specific journey, being straightforward. I just want to say, like, with me knowing what direction I want to go in, I tell everyone every time now at this point, oh, I'm just going with the vibes, knowing
Yeah.
that my end goal is marriage. I want to be the man that's
Yeah.
very confident, one that wants to become one that follows God and leads
Intentional,
by God.
yes.
Yes, and wants to become one.
One.
I
Yeah.
understand, like, that's the situation that I wanted to be, and for us to come together. But at the same time, I cannot tell every man that, and
No.
then
Yeah.
on top
I
of
get
that, it's the fact that every man will not understand that.
They don't, because they'll
either.
think you just want to be a wife. Like some men, you obsessed with being a wife. No, I'm not obsessed with being a wife. I'm obsessed with the way that God wants me to
Exactly.
be. That's the difference. I'm obsessed with doing the things that God wants me to do. I'm obsessed with being a better person. I'm obsessed with following God's will. It has nothing to do with being a wife.
Which is
I don't
exactly
need to be
why
your wife. I will be the wife of a man that understands that and gets the difference in that. You understand what I'm saying? So that is good. And you don't have to, women, if you're watching this, you don't need to tell that man that. Like she just said, that's something that's between you and God. And the right man's going to see that about you. You don't even have to talk about it. That's just going to be shown. You get what I'm saying? And that's the hard part when you're dating, because it's a lot of unspoken things already in dating. But that, men too, like, just really know, like, what you want, one, your boundaries, two, and don't let nobody tell you this and you that. Like, if you desire to be a wife, cool, but also don't be a wife desiring that because you need to have a ring. You need to feel like you're somebody important. You need to, it's like a checklist off your list. If it has nothing to do with anything about spirituality, becoming one, so being submissive to a man, because that's what a lot of women don't understand. You want to be a wife, you need to know how to let a man do what he needs to do. A lot of women aren't that type of women, and I'm still learning that myself. You want to do this and that, and you're not even you don't even know how to be quiet. Like, I'm still learning that my damn self. So it's just like, you can't expect somebody, like, I'm a wife because I cook and I clean and I'm this and that. Do you listen? Do you shut the fuck up? Do you know how to let a man do what he needs to do and be a man? Do you know how to let a man even fail and not treat him like he ain't shit for failing and still trust that he gonna figure it out? It's a lot of shit with that. So that's what I'm saying. Just suss all that out about yourself before you start coming to motherfuckers talking about you a wife. Because you can make a good lasagna. Okay, cool. Because you could clean the house. Great. What else can you do?
Yeah, because none of that really matters.
It
Like,
don't.
that's why that's why in a dating field, like, at first I was telling guys, like, yes, I want kids and I want this and I want that, and then afterwards I started telling men, like, I do not want kids. I'm not interested in that. Yes, because right now I was not interested in kids.
Right.
But I had to eventually tell them, like, yes, like, it's something that I want. Like, children in me is something that I want, and it's only because I know a God-fearing man will bring that woman out of me,
you,
and I will be like
and
Ciara and Rihanna every time, baby. I will have 12 kids for this
and
man.
that's real, because he will tell you, and this is T. Before him, I didn't even care about marriage. I didn't want to be a wife. I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. I didn't care. I was cool with a courthouse. I was cool with a little, we married, but we ain't no paperwork. Now, when you the right man, if it's the man that God has for you, like she just said, is going to bring that shit out of you, because that's what God wants for you. God does not want you to be not married. He just wants you to live like that, and you just having kids, and nobody has a title. You're not over here one. God does not want that. But the wrong man's gonna tell you, that's cool, that's fine. I'll give you the ring. I had